Hello everyone, welcome to the Concept X. So today in this video we are going to discuss about the synovial fluid. Do you know where is our synovial fluid actually present? And today in this video we are going to discuss what are the compositions, functions and related information related to synovial fluid. So we know where this synovial fluid is exactly present. It is present inside the synovial cavity between the two articulating bones. Or let's draw the diagram first for the basic understanding. So for example, this is one articulating bone and this is another articulating bone. In between both the bones we have first one layer of hyaline cartilage. This is the layer of our hyaline cartilage. In both the articulating bones we have one first layer that is called the hyaline cartilage, which covered the articulates of the bones, means endings or the initials of the bones. It is present at the heads. Now the synovial membrane, it is present just after these hyaline cartilage, and it is present just like this. It is present like this way. So it is present like this way. So this is the synovial membrane, and synovial membrane is a part of our articulating capsule. So articulating capsule has two parts. First part is synovial membrane or the internal layers, and the external layers is called the fibrous membrane. So this is the first layer. So this is the first layer. So in this layer we can see this is the synovial membrane, which basically covers the synovial cavity. So this is these green layers, these are the synovial membrane. This is the synovial membrane. And after that we have another layer which covers, this is the another layer. This is another layer. It is the continuation of the periosteum, and this layer is the fibrous layer. So both fibrous layer and synovial layer is a part of our articular capsule. Fibrous layer is the external layer, as we have already discussed these things in the previous video. If you haven't watched this video, then I'll put the link in the description. You can directly click that link and you can watch that video before going or jump into this video, because if you don't have the clear concept about how a synovial joint basically works, then you cannot understand what the function of synovial fluid, because there is a direct relation of these two videos or these two lectures. So here this is orange color. This is called the fibrous membrane. It's called the fibrous membrane. This is the fibrous membrane, this is the synovial membrane, and both of them are combinedly called as articular capsule. So they are called articular capsule. So now here our synovial fluid is present. So why I have drawn this diagram already in the previous lecture or previous video, but here I am again drawing to give you the and basic understanding. So what is the red colors? These two are hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage. So hyaline cartilage, they are present at the articulates, and this is the bone. These two are articulating bones. Now what is this? This is the synovial fluid, and cavity is called the synovial cavity. So today I am going to discuss about this one. What are the different types of functions, compositions, and everything. So synovial membrane, this synovial fluid is basically secreted. It is secreted by the synovial membrane. This one, this synovial membrane, it forms the synovial fluid. So if you want to write something over here, so number 1 point, synovial membrane secretes synovial fluid. Is it a synovial membrane? Now synovial fluid. So synovial membrane, this green color membrane, they secrete the synovial fluid from these directions. So they secrete the synovial fluid. So what is the characteristics? So it is a viscous. If we go for the characteristics of synovial fluid, number 1 point, it is a viscous liquid. Sorry, it is a viscous fluid. It is a viscous fluid. It is clear or transparent. It is clear or transparent, or maybe sometime it is a pale yellow color. Pale yellow color or egg white color. Now let's come to the composition. Of synovial fluid. So what is the composition of synovial fluid? So number 1 is hyaluronic acid. So this hyaluronic acid, it is secreted by fibroblast like cells present on synovial membrane. So this hyaluronic acid, it is what kind of cell? It is a fibroblast like cell, and those are present. It is secreted by fibroblast like cells, and those fibroblast like cells is present at the synovial membrane. Second one is the interstitial fluid. So second composition is interstitial fluid. This is the second composition. So this interstitial fluid, it is a filtered fluid from blood plasma. So we have two different types of compositions. Number 1, the first components of our synovial fluid is the hyaluronic acid. This hyaluronic acid is secreted by, who is going to secrete this one? Fibroblast like cells. Those fibroblast like cells are present on our synovial membrane. Another composition, what is it? This is the interstitial fluid. And interstitial fluid, this is nothing but, this is the filtered part of our blood plasma. So this is the interstitial fluid, which is a filtered fluid from our blood plasma. So this interstitial fluid plus hyaluronic acid, they are the major two component of our synovial fluid. So next part, where it will go towards the function. What are the different functions? Number one function, that it reduces the friction between the joints. It reduces the friction between joints. This is the number one. As you know, if it is articulating bone, if there is no fluid present over here, then there is a chances of friction between both the joints. If synovial fluid is present, then they will act like a lubrication, just like the grease in case of mechanical vehicles, where the two machine parts, in between the two machine parts, they have grease for the lubrication purpose. The same grease types of characteristics that role is played by our synovial fluid. That fluid which is present between two articulating bones, which is the compact hard bones. So when two hard bones, if we put some synovial fluid, then there is no chances of friction. So this is the number one. Number two, it absorbs the shock. So when there is a force towards this direction, when part 1 or superior articulating bone is moved towards the next articulating bone, then there is a high chances of impact between both the bones. So to reduce that impact of both the bones, if we put some kind of lubrications, then or fluid filled cavity, that fluid filled cavity will absorb the shock of that impact. This is the another function. So one more function is that it supplies and remove it supplies oxygen and remove metabolic waste and carbon dioxide from the chondrocyte. So these chondrocytes, these are cells of articulate cartilage. So this is the chondrocytes. These are nothing but the small cells which finally form a articulating cartilage. So if it is a bone and if there is a small cells over here, that small cell finally form a hyaline cartilage. So these small cells, who is going to provide those nutrition? As it is a cell, so who is going to provide the nutrition? As it is articulate structure, we know that there is no blood supply, as it is a cartilage. So if it is there is no blood supply, then how is going to cell is going to survive? How will they survive? They have to survive. Only their survivability depends upon the blood, depends upon the nutrition and oxygen supply with our synovial fluid. If synovial fluid does not supply the proper oxygen and nutrition to these kind of small cells, then the cell will get damaged or they will die. If they die, there is a huge chances of bone damage. So this articulating cartilage, if they want to survive, then their survivability is completely depend upon the synovial fluid. Because let's suppose this is one bone, this is our synovial fluid, and this is another bone. So if it is a cartilage, for example, then the synovial fluid will provide the sufficient nutrition to these cartilages, because cartilage, hyaline cartilage, they are in direct contact with that fluid filled cavity, which is called the synovial cavity. So that synovial cavity will give the nutrition. For example, let's draw the diagram like this way. So this is the chondrocytes, this is our fluid filled cavity, and this is another chondrocytes, and this is our bone. So oxygen will go inside and carbon dioxide will come out from the chondrocyte. So oxygen supplies is provided by this kind of synovial cavity, and synovial cavity is filled with synovial fluid. So synovial fluid will give the oxygen to the chondrocytes, and this chondrocyte is nothing but the structural and functional unit of our cartilages. This is the hyaline cartilage. So these hyaline cartilage cells, those are chondrocytes, they will receive the oxygen from the synovial fluid, and the chondrocyte withdraw their carbon dioxide into the synovial fluid, and from synovial fluid again through the veins the carbon dioxide will go out. So this is the functions of synovial fluid. Number one, it reduces the friction. Number one, it absorbs shock, and third one is supply oxygen and remove metabolic waste and carbon dioxide from the chondrocyte. So these are the different functions of our synovial fluid. So hope you like this video. So this is the basic content and information about synovial fluid. If you like the video, please do share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.